This part of the journey takes us into the green heart of western Georgia to Salkhino in the Samegrelo-Zemo Svaneti region. After the dramatic mountain roads, canyons, churches, and old towns of Georgia, Salkhino feels quieter, softer, and more hidden. It is not a place of crowds or big monuments at first glance. What you feel immediately is the atmosphere: tall trees, deep green shade, old stone paths, and the peaceful presence of churches set inside a beautiful park-like landscape. Salkhino is closely connected with the Dadiani family, the princely rulers of Samegrelo. Their summer residence stood here, and the area became one of the elegant rural retreats of western Georgian nobility. The palace and gardens were part of that aristocratic world, where nature, architecture, religion, and family prestige all came together. Walking through the grounds, what stands out most is not only the history but the feeling of calm. The greenery almost surrounds the buildings. The churches do not dominate the landscape in a monumental way. Instead, they seem to belong to it, as if they have grown naturally among the trees, the paths, and the soft light of Samegrelo. One of the churches here is associated with the Dadiani palace grounds. Sources describe a restored church beside the palace, originally built in 1782 by the Megrelian prince Caucasus II Dadiani. Another source identifies the Dadiani St. George Church as being located in the yard of the Salkhino Dadiani Palace in the village of Salkhino. For me, this is one of those places where the camera naturally slows down. Instead of rushing from one famous site to another, you notice the textures, the old stone, the church walls, the leaves moving in the wind, the contrast between shadow and sunlight, and the quiet dignity of Georgian religious architecture. Samegrelo has its own identity within Georgia, its own regional traditions, its own language, and its own historical memory. Here in Salkhino, that history does not feel like something locked inside a museum. It is spread through the landscape. The old aristocratic residence, the churches, the park, and the surrounding village all create a sense of continuity. This is also part of what makes travel in Georgia so rewarding. In one day, you can move from dramatic mountain scenery to subtropical greenery, from ancient churches to noble family estates, from crowded tourist stops to places that still feel local and quiet. Salkhino may not be the most famous name in Georgia, but it has a special charm. It offers a glimpse of western Georgia's softer beauty, green, humid, peaceful, and deeply rooted in history. As we walk through this park, past the churches and under the trees, I feel that this is not just a historical site. It is a place of atmosphere, a place where Georgian history, Orthodox faith, noble family heritage, and the natural beauty of Samegrelo all come together in a quiet, understated way. For a few minutes, there is no need to explain too much. The green park, the churches, the old paths, and the stillness speak for themselves.